Corey here with another podcast for Healing Friani, here in beautiful Gadigal country in the Metropolitan Lands Council here in Redfern. I'll throw over to the brother I've got on today.
Hey guys, my name's Brian Edwards, proud Rattray Dungutty man, grew up in Sydney, pleasure to be here.
Thanks, Brian. So in Sydney, you grew up in Sydney. Whereabouts in Sydney did you grow up?
I grew up in the West. I was born at Camperdown RPA, King George's Hospital. I was born there. Then from there we moved into Marrickville, and we grew up all my childhood in Marrickville. Roamed the streets around Redfern, Waterloo, community, but mostly Marrickville most of my life.
Yeah. How's it going at Marrickville, bro?
Oh, a bit rough back in the day. Grew up with a lot of Islanders, a lot of Island mates. Wasn't many Koreans back then, but obviously now, Marrickville's just growing the city. A lot more black fellas over there, which is good to catch up with, meet new faces, and have that quick yarn. Who's your mum, blah blah. So it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, that's good, bro. So, with school and stuff, where'd you go to school?
I went to school in Marrickville. First I went to Marrickville Public School, and then I left there and went to Stanmore Public School. Finished there in Stanmore and went to Marrickville High. And done most of my high school at Marrickville.
Yeah. Any siblings?
Yeah, I got a lot of first cousins, as you know. I got older sister, older brother, and then myself, and then a younger brother.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you're growing up, as you said, around a lot of Polynesian fellas. How was that?
It was a bit rough, back then. Koreans and Polynesians didn't really mingle back then. But as it sort of got a bit older, that little sort of beef sort of weared out a bit. I think we just learned to grow up together. Then now, as we got older, now a lot of the boys now growing up that sort of didn't see eye to eye with, they'll catch a street and they catch up. And I think it's just that little thing when you're a bit younger.
Yeah. Yeah. So, played any footy growing up?
Yeah, I played footy with Camperdown Dragons. Played a lot of development stuff with South. Played with Redfern All Blacks. Then obviously I lost my sight back in 2011, 2012. So that obviously stopped my footy career, which was a bit disappointing. But it was fun. Grew up with a lot of boys around Redfern, Waterloo. Played a couple of knockouts. Played with yourself.
Yeah.
Which was pretty good. Footy was really enjoyable. Something as a young fellow that you always drive, especially being Aboriginal, was something that you can relate to, even though you might have different attitudes, but it always comes back to footy that you can really relate to.
Yeah. So how was it, as you touched on there, losing your sight? How did that come about, brothers?
So I was born totally with sight, and as I hit my teenagers, I had an eye condition called keratoconus. It's like a cataract, but cataracts gets lasered off. This had to be graft transplanted off.
Okay.
So I was on the waiting list for that, and I used to get real bad headaches. But the headaches was meant to. When I went to the specialist, they said the headaches is from that eye because it reacts to light, so straining your eyes, getting the headaches and so forth. So I just thought nothing of it, and obviously my eyesight got worse and worse, blurrier, and it got to the stage where it was just pitch black. And what it actually was, the headaches, it was actually. I went for an MRI scan, so they referred me for an MRI scan. It was my birthday, 2012. Yeah, 2012. 30th of July was my birthday.
Yep.
Went in for the scan. It was my 9th birthday. Had the scan, thought everything was fine. They go, mate, gotta go down to emergency. Sat down with my mum. And then the waiting list was massive.
Yeah.
And the next thing they go, Mr. Edwards. I went, what? Walked over. Mum goes, there's a lot of people here. Sat on the bed. Then they came in and told me the news, we've done the scan and we found a tumour that was on surface on your brain, and that's what was causing the headaches and obviously the eyesight losing was the tumour pushing down the optic nerve.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so that was very confronting. But then I heard my mum cry. I think I cried for about 30 seconds to 40 seconds.
Yeah.
And I just thought, life's life, you just got to get on with it, wipe the tears away. Then they set me, I got all to the next steps. They put me up on the ward, gave me steroids to cut it out.
Yeah.
Then I thought, they said a week or two, or maybe a week, we'll have a plan moving forward.
Yeah.
How to attack it. within that night, probably 3 hours later, they came back and they said they're going to cut it out the next morning.
Wow.
Oh, so yeah, that wasn't a pleasant night. I couldn't sleep, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
At that stage, I had my son. He was only my firstborn. He was only 3 months
Yeah.
old. So it just all come crashing down.
Wow. So going into that operation, did you know that your eyesight?
No, there was a possibility, like because of the pressure on the optic nerve.
Yeah.
You release pressure, it should come back. Like the nerve. But the nerves are very fragile, very fragile. So the way to explain it, if you picture a hose, the hose is your nerve, and your eyes functions the image, which is the water running along the hose. You step on that hose, the water's going to stop running.
Yeah.
And then when you take it off, normally you think the water start running again.
Yeah.
But obviously the nerve just didn't come back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the main cause of the eyesight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which was So they said if you get insight back, it'll be within a week or two, maybe 3.
Yeah.
But it just stayed the same.
Yeah. So that's no eyesight. What's the term?
Yeah. So left eye is just totally black. Right eye, best way to describe it, picture of glass, dirty, really foggy.
Yeah.
The sun shines in it, and like you might see something quickly move.
Yeah.
But like I can see there's something moving there, but I can't see the outlines of my hand, like the shapes.
Yep.
And it just reacts. And if you shine a light, like a torch in my right eye, I'd say on, off. I can see the brightness of the perspective light, but it's pretty much zero side.
Yeah. Yeah. That's It's for me. It's I've known you a long time. It was the first time we've actually had that yarn about.
Yeah, how I lost it.
Yeah.
It's probably I've been blind 15 years, so probably 20 plus years. Yeah.
So how's it been with life after that, bro? Like,
you self-medicate, as you can imagine. Drinking alcohol, that was a fix.
Yeah.
And it's not a good fix, like everyone knows that. But to be honest, at that stage in my life, it was the only fix.
Yeah.
Numb the feelings for so long. And then it worked. Like not lying, like drinking really worked for me for about 2 or 3 months of trying to accept it. But then it got to that stage when the alcohol wasn't doing it. Then I'd get drunk, and then once you're drunk, you get really depressed, and then you think of life, and then you think of like why me, which was very challenging. And you think there's all these bad peoples out there, and then you just really come to terms with like bad things happen to good people.
Yeah.
And bad people get nothing. So
Yeah.
then you start really drilling that and getting down in the dumps about that. But it's like there's things. My saying is, life's never easy. Like there's no such thing as easy life.
Yeah.
Life's always a challenge. Life can be peaceful.
Yeah.
But it's still a challenge to have a peaceful life.
Yeah.
So it's just challenging. And it's still a challenge these days with like drinking and stuff. Don't say I don't drink. But I've learned now when I drink, I'm not an angry drunk, or I don't get upset no more.
Yeah.
I've accepted being blind. The concept I can't accept is being blind. I've accepted I'm blind, which this is my life.
Yeah.
But I just can't accept that I'm going to be blind for the rest of my life and only have one life.
Yeah.
That's the second sort of stage. That's just I don't think I'll ever come to terms with accepting that.
Yeah.
And it has been a challenge. After my son that was first born, I've had another 2 daughters.
Yeah.
And that was another challenge, thinking, am I going to love this child as much because I can't see him?
Yeah.
And accepting that was another challenge, which, to be honest, it hasn't, when you're actually here, it's just, you don't have to see him to love your kids, which is really special in its own way, but it's like, I really was really scared about that.
Yeah, and that's understandable. It's the unknown.
Yeah.
Because you lost your sight when your son was 3 months, but you seen him.
Yeah, and that's the benefit. Yeah. People always say, if you could see, would you prefer to be born blind or just, be born blind or go through an OM? I'd probably pick this, even though it's been a bit of a challenge, but at least if you said to me, that's blue, I know what blue is.
Yeah.
Yeah, or that's a chair, or, so but in saying that, it's a benefit, but then sort of a negative too, because what you had to go to get to the stage where I'm at now, which is, happy in most days, but, everyone has a down days, which is, there's more happy days these days than lower days.
No, that's it. And it's good to hear, Brian. I was just reflecting because we just had a yarn when I was setting up, and you said, what was this setup? And I was telling you the setup, but because you understood it, and I guess the other thing is too, and we'll touch on your life as a DJ, talking about some of that stuff, you picked up straight away what I was, because I didn't know the names of things there, what I was trying to tell you, and you were telling me. So, but yeah, it's something I didn't even think of to say, this is what it is, and then try to describe it to you more. It was just like,
it's just a flow,
Yeah. So, going, losing your eyesight, what, other than, not being able to see your daughters and stuff, how did you find going from, being independent, getting around to, at the start?
I was sort of blessed in a way, because as I started using a cane, I could see. It was like I could see, I could see 3 or 4 meters, and it was like pictures I could see 10 meters. Then after that was blurry, and it kept coming back 1 meter, 1 meter, 1 meter, 1 meter. And it was good because I could still see and learn how to use a cane as my sight was dropping. So it wasn't just like, boom, you woke up, it's black, you'll learn all this stuff. So I went through that, and then independence, it grew as you did. And the thing is, if you sat there and just drilled on it, you wouldn't get up and, your independence wouldn't go. Like, for example, I used to live in Campbelltown, and because I was so good with my cane, I used to travel from Campbelltown into work in the city every day, independently by myself. But it's sort of blessed. I don't anywhere, so I'm lucky because I've seen it all before. So my memory's that good. I remember this street. I'll go walk this way, turn left. But it was a challenge, but wouldn't say it was hard. Just because of my independence, I just got on with it. I sat there and rolled, and I think I wouldn't be at the stage I'm at now with my independence.
Question for you, Brian. It's off topic, but when losing your sight and over time, do you feel your other senses have picked up?
Yeah, of course. My smell, which is sort of good in fucking many ways. But my hearing, that's really good. Like the way if I have blocked ears, I get anxious. I won't leave the house. And the way I explain that, if I said to you bro, walk over there, and if you close your eyes, if anyone did do that anxious feel, you want to open them. That's how I get when my ears are blocked. I can't walk down the street listening to music. Because I rely so much on my hearing. To hear for cars or hear for people walking. Or when I'm walking down the street and I'll get to a corner, I hear wind because it opens up. Like you pick up on any little thing. But my hearing smells like the best. Tastes pretty good, but like hearing's the main thing that you really depend on.
It explains a lot going back to your DJing, bro, because a lot of DJs wear headphones, you didn't.
I just listen to music. Now you use a headphone just to cue up the other song. Which I sort of thing. How I got into DJing, it was just sitting at home bored. My cousin Aaron Williams was out there at the back playing with his decks. I thought, what's that? I went out there and he showed me, and I thought, I purchased it there, and then just sort of listened to sort of YouTube tips, but just felt around on the deck where cues was, where certain buttons was, and just played around with it. And that was just like me playing footy again, or playing the PlayStation when I was bored. And when you're doing this in music, it's so healing. I just forgot everything and just picked it up and just enjoyed it.
Nice. And as you know, you touched on you coming from Campbelltown to work, so how's that, struggle been at the start, getting a job? And
it was a struggle. It is a struggle. Lucky I moved back to the US now, which is good. But I've jumped for like a couple of different roles. I'm at the land council now, working, which is great. Just to be around culture, and just that's the focus of working is culture, education, supporting mob. Totally different from mainstream doing disability work, which I've done, at a home care. Just focusing purely on culture and education. It's so much rewarding. You don't have to learn anything because if you're black, you're black. You can't teach that, and that's why I enjoy it so much.
Yeah, you just picked it up.
Yeah.
As you're going along. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's been some of the challenges with actual work, brother?
To learn, like, obviously a computer. I went to high school learning how to use a computer in a way. To learning how to use it that way, and to learning how to do it with a different way,
Yeah.
one versus with screen reading software, was a challenge. So I had to learn how to touch type it. I was an old finger 1-2 typer in high school. Then I learned how to touch type, and then after that I had to learn how to use that software to navigate around the screen.
Yeah.
So it was like just learning, but if you accept it and you're patient, you pick it up very quickly than sitting there stressed and angry.
Yeah. So going back to your kids. So how old are your kids now, bros?
Yeah, son's 15, daughter's 11, and my youngest is 8. Which that's makes you feel old now, but yeah, it's I think they give me purpose in life. I think if they wasn't here, I think I wouldn't be here.
Yep.
You need something to really drive you, motivate you, and just the love they have. So it's always unconditional love. Show you can do the worst of thing, and they just always find a way to keep loving you.
Yep.
Which is beautiful.
No, that definitely is, Brian. It's, so many roadblocks and challenges for yourself, but to have that unconditional love from your kids, something to lift you up every day to do better.
Yeah. You got to work because they cost a lot. I was price of Dad, I need shoes for $200 something, $300. So it's like,
all the fun stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess, for you and going through this of being blind and living with a new circumstance in life, what's other than your children and your work life, what's a goal for Brian to
keep going or hit? I think it's just living a stress-free life.
Yeah.
But find ways to
stress?
cause argument, stress. Like you're only human. Like no one's perfect. And just enjoy life. Really enjoy my mates. Going out, hanging out. Just being around good people. Really just stress. Having motivation for your children is probably the biggest thing. I think that all parents know that.
Yeah.
You live for your children. You breathe for your children. You bleed for your children. Which is pretty much my driving thing. And just to live a normal life, peaceful life is my biggest thing.
Yeah. To touch on something you said before through numbing through alcohol and stuff, Brian. What was the catalyst to say, like you said, you still enjoy occasional drink now, but you're more moderate in how you react and do. So what was the big change for you there?
Well, I was in denial that I was an alcoholic.
Yeah.
I was like really in denial. I'm a binge drinker. I drink on weekends. I work. I go get, don't get me wrong, I was still going to piss up Friday, Saturday, Sunday maybe. During the weekend. But knowing your limits is probably the thing. I had done rehab for 3 months. That was good in its way, but it's just, you got to accept that it is a big part of your life, alcohol, if it is, and you got to accept it is a problem.
Yeah.
And in order for me to do that, I had to hit rock bottom. Obviously I split up ex-partner, so now, alcohol's always been my problem in my life. Drinking, wrecked my relationship, drinking, stuff affects you, people around you love.
Yeah.
But I still enjoy having a beer and stuff, but I don't let it take my life anymore.
Yeah.
I've got a bit more control over it, which it's not part, but it's still not the best in my life.
Yeah.
But it's something I enjoy having a beer with my mates at the pub, having to socialise. And I think drinking, it's a social element of it. Like, I could go home and there's a carton of beer there, I won't drink it.
Yeah.
Unless I had a couple already, but in a sense of, if I go have a beer, it's catching up with mates, going to the pub, having a laugh, having a bet.
Yep.
that sort of side of it. So I think it's more of a social thing for me that I enjoy as well.
Yeah. So you're saying you're living out in Campbelltown and you now moved back in the west?
Yeah, so we moved in Campbelltown, bought a house up there but sold it. We just didn't really know many people out that way. We just built the partner, you know.
Yep.
Just, there was no purpose for me out there. Now we moved out this bigger house, pool for the kids, so forth, and that sort of eased up. And I thought I want to be closer to the kids, so I moved back in here and closer to work where I was working at the time. And yeah, ever since then, I haven't looked back.
No, it's good, Brian. It's, you know, we touched on the DJing stuff. Do you think when you're doing DJ it was kind of an excuse to drink as well because you're out in that environment?
Yeah, it was. But then again, it's a good environment 'cause it's like partying and socialising.
Yeah.
I guess that's what I enjoyed too. There was events like I didn't have a couple. But you know, if you're around that environment and you enjoy doing it, you're going to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the final question is, Brian, I ask everyone, is when it's all said and done and Brian's back in the dream time, what do you want to be remembered for, my bro?
Being a happy-go-lucky person, and just loved life and motivate people, you know.
Yeah.
Live life to the fullest, and yeah.
No, sweet, Brian, thank you.
Thanks, my brother.
Thanks, bros.